In this video, boys, we have another episode of the series where I rate and improve your guys' team. But in this one, we actually have a special guest. We got JC, my boy JC, joining us here for this rate and improve your guys' team video. So as you guys know, how this series works is you guys send me your teams on Twitter at xevantanaka. I'll put out a tweet asking for teams, and you guys will reply to that tweet with your team and how much MT you guys have, just like everyone in this video did. And then I'll go ahead and I'll rate and improve about 5 to 6 teams in each video. So if you guys want to be included in the video, make sure to go over to Twitter and go ahead and do that. But you guys know how this series works. We'll be rating and improving these teams, giving our best suggestions of how we can improve these squads. But JC, man, excited to do another collab video with you. How we doing today?
Doing pretty good, man. Excited to do this, man. We're gonna be pushing out collab videos. I think basically every single Sunday is the plan. So if y'all have any ideas for collab videos, leave it in the comment section of Evan's video, my video as well, because I'll have a build your teams also with Evan featured on my channel. And I'm excited to do this, man. It's fun to do these types of videos. So let's hop into it. Let's start off with this first squad.
Yeah, first squad coming in from my boy Squiddo. I guess we'll go with common Squiddo, but he's got 150,000 MT to work with. And the first thing I'm seeing is your starting lineup's pretty good. I would probably move Vlade Divac to either your starting power forward or your backup. I like having Vlade Divac and Chloe Ware as your 2 power forwards, and then just get 2 new centers with 150,000 MT. I'm just looking at even like a Galaxy Super Rudy Gobert and a Diamond Tyson Chandler. I think both those options would be really good for your center position. For small forward, I like LeBron. Backup, you don't really have much MT to work with, so even budget cards like Ryan Scalabrine, Pink Diamond Terry Dischinger, Pink Diamond Boris Diaw, those are all good options. For backup shooting guard, you need a defender, obviously next to Austin Reeves. So I'd go Bruce Bowen Diamond card, Pink Diamond Danny Green, Pink Diamond Ron Artest, just giving you a lot of options. Maybe you'll have to grind for a little bit more MT, but I think that's kind of the best suggestions I would go with.
I don't mind that. I think you could keep Giannis if you wanted to still. I don't think he's like a liability. Pau Gasol has to go for sure. But if you wanted to keep Giannis, I don't mind that. If you wanted to pay for both Vlade or Rudy and Tyson, honestly, I'm kind of with him on that. Those are good options. Obviously, Kalel and Vlade are beasts. My thought is you have Koulibaly unsellable. I'd just run him as your backup shooting guard. He's 6'8" and he's a high level defender with a good jump shot. I don't mind that, honestly. And then backup small forward, I do agree you need an upgrade. I don't love Boris Diaw because of the jumper personally. I think Scalabrine's pretty good. Yeah. I think he'd be a good option. I would consider, if you don't want to spend a lot and you want to save your MT, I know this is going to sound dumb, Amethyst GG Jackson.
He's good.
I know he's only an Amethyst.
No, he's good.
He's a beast. He moves so well. His jumper's nice. He's good defensively. 90 driving dunk. Would save you a lot of MT if you wanted somebody cheaper like that.
That's fair. I think that's fair. All right, hopping over to the next team here, coming in from, honestly, just another Warriors fan. We'll go with that. But JC, what do you think about this squad?
All right, so he says he's about 140,000 MC. Said he was going to get Steph, but then he got Oscar for free. I guess as a Warriors fan, I can understand why you'd want Steph, but this team definitely needs a lot of work. I mean, your point guards aren't awful, but I feel like you could use a point guard upgrade in all likelihood. The problem is, like, the point guard that I really want to suggest is Alex Caruso.
He's so good,
too
man.
Expensive. But he's really good. He's a beast.
Yeah.
If you want, you know who'd be a good option to be like a Pink Diamond Cade Cunningham, somebody like that. Pink Diamond Cunningham, Pink Diamond Levine, somebody like that who's maybe a little bit older. Oh, Stephon Castle, that's a great option. I didn't even think about him. Duh. Yeah. Evan's got a good suggestion there. Pink Diamond Stephon Castle would be an upgrade over J Kidd. I'd do him and Oscar probably as your point guards. J Rich and Franz could run your shooting guards, honestly, or J Rich and Bilal. Like, I just don't think that Pink Diamond Corver at this point plays enough defense or slashes enough to be particularly good. And then your small forwards, I mean, I'd run Elton Brand as one of them. The other one, again, I think Amethyst GG Jackson just to save MT would be good. I don't like Bill Walton, Jermaine, or Trace, so I kind of want to replace all 3 of them. And Kalel Ware should be one of your upgrades for sure, no doubt about it, for his price. He's a no-brainer. The other 2, I think Diamond Tyson Chandler. Who do you think for the last upgrade? What do you think? Like,
well, there's obviously Gobert. I think Gobert is an option. Other centers.
But he only has 140K.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you might have to go Tyson Chandler.
Maybe Pink Diamond Sar?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, do you like Edie or no? You think he's too slow?
I would rather have Sar personally, but if you want Edie for the size, you could do that.
Sar's not bad. So you could go like Sar and Tyson Chandler as your centers, and then like Anthony Davis and Chloe Ware as your power forwards. I think that would work out fine.
I don't know how far, one other thing I will mention, I don't know how far you are from level 40, but B-Roy will be a big shooting guard upgrade whenever you get him. And if you want to, I don't know, you might be totally no money spent against it. The Pro Pass, not a terrible option. Austin Reeves would be your best point guard by a long shot.
Yeah, and if you want to grind domination, Bob McAdoo, you definitely could use power forward. So I think that could work as well.
Certainly another good option.
Yeah, a lot of grinding for you to do, but I think those are good suggestions for your squad. Looking at the next team here, coming in from Cody, he's got 2.1 mil, so we've got a lot of MT to work with. because everyone's unsellable except for Barnes and Triple J. So not a lot of MT there to sell, but a good team. Like, I think you could run with this squad and you're perfectly fine. But obviously, if you have 2.1 mil, you can make a lot of upgrades. I'm kind of curious if you're using Matt Barnes over J Rich. I would personally use J Rich over Matt Barnes. So we'll say him and B-Roy are shooting guards. I think with this amount of MT, I wouldn't even go crazy and get like a Gary Payton or a Shea or a, obviously you can't afford an MJ, but I think in Alex Caruso, this is the team where I would do it. Either starting or backup with Austin Reeves as your 2 point guards. Then I think your shooting guards are fine, like I said, with B-Roy and J Rich. Your small forwards, I love LeBron. I think backup, I'd probably go like a Bender, Beasley. Those are the 2 options I'm looking at right now. So for backup, you could go, we'll just say Michael Beasley as your backup small forward. And then for power forwards, I like Bob McAdoo. I'd probably slide him to the bench or keep him starting and just get a Kel'el Ware. I don't know how much MT you want to spend with 2.1 mil. Obviously, we could be making crazy upgrades, but just trying to keep it with some budget options. I think Kel'el Ware is really good for his price, and then keeping that free Bob McAdoo, because where I would make the big upgrade is Pink Diamond Wemby. I think he's worth his price. He's only about 400, 500K, and you could slide up to your backup center. And then obviously, I think Wemby would be a big upgrade for your team. But what do you think, JC? What other upgrades would you make?
I'm not gonna lie, I have almost nothing to change on this one specifically. I agree with literally Evan.
Okay.
Pretty much everything Evan said I think is right. Like Alex Caruso should be upgraded over Levine. At small forward, Michael Beasley is the guy I would get. He's like Kuzma, but way better. Similar defensively, much better offensively, dribbles a lot better, jumpers even better. Just like he's a better Kuzma. Power forward, Kel'el Ware. I know you have a lot of MT. Kel'el Ware, no matter how much MT you have, dang near should be in your squad unless you have like the best team in the game. He is so good. Easy upgrade over Jaren. I'd probably start him and bring McAdoo off the bench. And then D-Rob is like, I don't mind D-Rob. I don't mind KP. I'd pick one of the 2 and then I'd upgrade at center. I think Wemby's a great choice. If you don't want to spend that much MT, if you're hoarding your MT and saving it, that's fine. Vlade Divac should be the guy that I personally would get if you wanted to save your MT. Barnes or J Rich, a backup shooting guard. I know Evan said J Rich is better. I'm almost kind of the opinion that Barnes is just as good as J Rich. I think he's a monster. He is so good. So really just run whoever you prefer there.
Yeah, that's fair. Matt Barnes, he's ridiculous. Honestly, DBG was the first one that found out he was that good. I watched his video on him and I was like,
shout out DBG on that one. He was right.
Shout out DBG. But next team here, JC, why don't you take it away?
All right, so it comes in from XVXZHZ, confusing, but he's got about 200,000 MT and he said most of his team is sellable. This is another team where I would absolutely pick one of Cade or Levine, probably Levine in my opinion, but if you prefer Levine, you could keep him. But since they're both sellable, I would sell one of them, up to you which one, and get Alex Caruso. In my opinion, he's better than both. Your shooting guards are great. Your small forwards are great. Your power forwards are great. And your centers, in all honesty, are also great. Now, Kel'el Ware is absolutely an option for this team. Now, whether or not you wanted to potentially sell LeBron, move Giannis to the 3 and put Kel'el at the 4, you could do that. Would save you a little bit of MT. You could sell Giannis, get Kel'el. You could sell Jaren, get Kel'el. There are options to put him in the lineup. I just think for how good he is at his price, making the profit that you can make from selling one of Giannis, LeBron, or Jaren, depending on who you want to sell, and sliding, you could figure it out from there. But I'd put Kel'el at one of your power forwards with one of Giannis or Jaren, and then figure out who you want to sell between that group. So you have Beasley and one of those other guys as your small forwards. That's just my opinion, but this is a really well-built team already. Doesn't need significant changes. I feel like Caruso and Kel'el are the only 2 guys I'd want to add.
Yeah, I mean, just like the last team, I completely agree with everything JC said. I mean, it's already a really good team to start out with. You could easily run this team and you're not going to have pretty much any problems. But if you wanted to make some slight upgrades, yeah, I think Caruso, Kel'el Ware, potentially could be 2. Definitely Caruso, potentially Kel'el Ware. But last team here, the video boys, we got here sent in from my boy Charlie. Got 180,000 MT to work with, and this squad needs quite a bit of upgrade. I mean, the only cards I'm really seeing here that might stay is like Austin Reeves for sure. Bilal Coulibaly will stay most likely. Paulo and Jaren can stay as well if we're trying to save some MT, and then probably Zach Edey as well. But for starting center, I would go Diamond Tyson Chandler. For the 2 power forwards, I would go again Kel'el Ware. We're probably going to recommend him for every single team, but I would start him next to Tyson Chandler. I think that's a great 4-5 duo. And then off the bench, I would go Jaren and Zach Edey in your front court. And then I think your front court's good to go. And you've only spent what, like 45K, 50,000 MT, however much Kel'el Ware is going for, and Tyson Chandler. For small forwards, I'm not a huge fan of Elton Brand. I would probably move Paulo to your backup small forward and then get one of, again, Brian Scalabrine, Terry Dishinger, but probably just Brian Scalabrine. I think he's really good for his price. Shooting guards, I mean, Michael Cooper is good enough that you could use that card. I prefer a card like Bruce Bowen or Danny Green or Ron Artest, just as a slight upgrade over him. And then backup point guard, I don't think you have enough to get Caruso, but you might. Do you know how much Caruso is going for? Because if you do, I would definitely recommend Caruso.
think he's under 100K at this point.
So then I think you can afford him
earlier, but as we record this Friday afternoon,
I think
he
he's
might
100K.
not be under 100K. He will eventually be a buyout. That I can almost guarantee, and he is extremely good. I would pick up Caruso, even though Harden's unsellable. I'm with him. Do you want me to just go on and give my
yeah?
My
I was pretty much done my suggestions there. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, Caruso is actually about 90K, and I wouldn't be surprised if he drops a bit more. Wouldn't be shocked if he's like 80K.
Yeah.
But yeah, Caruso should be your other point guard with Reeves. I agree with that. Shooting guard position, I like Koulibaly. Cooper's not bad either, but I'd get Matt Barnes instead. I think Barnes is better than Cooper. I think Barnes is probably the best of that group. You're also level 38, so I say that. You don't really need to upgrade that much considering you're about to get B-Roy. So you could run B-Roy and Barnes or B-Roy and Koulibaly, whatever you want to do, and rock out from there. I will say, I noticed your Tim Duncan's unsellable. Evan didn't point that out. I would keep Tim Duncan at your power forward. I wouldn't put him at center, but I would have him at power forward, and I would probably sell Jaren personally, run Kalel and Tim Duncan as your power forwards, and then Tyson Chandler and Edie, or Tyson Chandler at Sar at centers is not a bad idea. Small forward, Paulo and Elton, I don't mind leaving that personally if you wanted to. You could also just go get like a Bender, sell Paulo, get Bender. It's going to cost you 30,000, 40,000 MT to upgrade there, but I feel like spending most of your MT at that point when you're picking up Caruso and Bender as like the main expensive options, but they're worth it in my opinion. So that's kind of where I would go personally.
Yeah, those are all good suggestions as well for your squad. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for another episode of the series where I do rate and improve your guys' team. We did forget to rate each team, but that's obviously my fault. I completely forgot. But hopefully you guys did enjoy those suggestions. And if you guys are in the comment section down below, put your guys' team and MT amounts. And I'll try to get to as many comments as possible and give you guys my best suggestions and maybe my ratings on your squad as well. But big shout out to JC once again for coming on here, getting this video done with me. Probably be back every single Sunday with a collab video. So hopefully you guys are enjoying them. And yeah, thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.